might be your first language, but Tagalog, Bisaya, or Ilocano echoes at home. You might feel embarrassed when your parents have strong accents, or you've been laughed at for mispronouncing a word in either language. Over time, you might regret not learning your native tongue better, or take pride in knowing both. For example, you could describe the warmth of hearing your Lola's bedtime stories in Tagalog, even if you didn't understand every word but still felt the love. Number three, family expectations. There's a silent pressure to make your parents proud. It become a nurse, to become a nurse, a doctor, engineer, or something practical. It's their way of showing love. They sacrifice so you could thrive. So you might want to pursue music, art, or sports, but feel guilt because your parents gave up so much to migrate. You're expected to care for your younger siblings, help with chores, or even translate documents and official forms for your parents. Number four, food and culture. So your lunchbox might have smelled different, longanisa, tuyo, or lumpia. And classmates stared. Maybe you felt embarrassed back then, but now crave those flavors as comfort food. You go to Filipino events and see aunties in barot saya. Ano yung barot saya?
Baro.
Yung damit,
Damit.
no? Okay, yeah. Hear tinikling being danced and sing karaoke with cousins until midnight. So, Christmas starts in September and your house smells like bibingka and lechon by December. Number five, navigating racism and representation. So you might be mistaken for another Asian ethnicity or feel underrepresented in mainstream Kiwi culture. So being called FOB, fresh off the boat, or teased for your skin tone or lunch. So you might be one of the few Filipino students at school or part of a tight, supportive Filipino community in your suburb. Number six, pride in roots. As you get older, you start to take pride in your heritage. You appreciate the warmth, resilience, and hospitality of Filipino culture. You might join Filipino youth groups, cultural festivals, or start learning more about your ancestral hometown. So you realize being Filipino Kiwi means you're bicultural with double the stories, strengths, and perspective. So, yun ang segment ko, mga co-host. Mayroon ba kayong maidagdag o comment on my segment?
Yeah, hindi, actually, ang impact niya sa mga bata. Pero later generation na, ito yung mga later generation na, yung mga older generation na migrants, like sila JB for instance, sila Yani, yung mga matatanda na talaga ba, sila Rosana. Si Rosana, adapted na talaga niya yung Kiwi culture.
Hindi talaga siya, hindi talaga siya Pilipino, to be honest.
Wala siyang, she couldn't relate how
She
to
could
be a
not.
Filipino.
But Carissa Nicole can relate because tinuturuan namin or culture.
Pero kahit pa paano naka-experience naman din si Rosana. If I remember correctly, when she was growing up, kasi part siya ng entourage ni Yani nung nag-18.
Yes, exactly.
Si
Yes.
Yani,
yes.
nag-18 si Yani. Part siya sa entourage ng, ano nga yan pag nag-18th birthday kayo, yung nagsasayaw kayo ng mga formal dance?
Ano nga yung sayaw na yun?
Hindi ko
Ano nga ang Filipino term yan? Yung
Cotillion.
cotillion.
Yeah.
Tama.
Which is a Spanish
Spanish
tradition yan eh.
Spanish
Hindi naman
heritage.
Pinoy yan. Hindi Pinoy yan. That's a Spanish. Well,
It's a Western.
no, it's not. It's not. No, you cannot really consider Spain as Western.
I thought European,
European. When you call Western, that's the States.
That's
Yeah.
European. Kasi French, ganun din.
May mga ano din sila. Pero Mexicans, even though Mexicans is part of the Americas, they also have that influence. Meron din silang cotillion. Pero quinceañera yung kanila, hindi 18. Quinceañera, 15 years old.
15 years old.
Oh, 15 years old.
Pero umuwi si Rosana sa Philippines, di ba?
Yeah, when she was 11. So now
Once lang.
once, and then now she grow up, she never
Ayaw na niyang umuwi.
ayaw na niya umuwi.
Hindi.
I think she might want
she
to.
might.
Pero it's not in her vocabulary at the moment.
Hindi, I think my understanding is, like, katulad nung, yung ano may yung sinulat mo na yung pride in their roots, yung last na point ni Rika.
Yeah.
As you get older, as a child, as you get older, you start to take pride in your heritage.
Exactly.
You appreciate the warmth, resilience, and hospitality of Filipino culture. Kasi, younger ka, parang minsan, kung bata ka pa, like you're 10, 11, pero dito sa New Zealand, ibang-iba na eh. Makita mo talaga ang recognition of all ethnicities. Yun yung kagandahan na eh. Lalo na dito sa Wairarapa, ang schools talaga, nire-recognize sila bawat lahi. Yun yung kagandahan eh. So, hindi siya, ito kasi medyo, medyo struggle lang for American, mga American Filipinos, mga Phil-Ams ba. Kasi, pero sa Kiwi setting natin, hindi masyado, probably sa urban areas, pero kahit sa urban areas, makita mo, nagdo-dominate na rin ng mga Pilipino eh.
I think dito sa Masterton, it's really good. We have a good voice sa Filipinos. And dahil may mga venues like the one what you're doing with the sports, for example, it's a great opportunity for the kids to join and be part of it.
Pero hindi kasi nagiging exclusive lang yan eh. So that's the downside sa atin kasi exclusive siya. That's why I really needed na sila ma-expose sa yung talagang ethnic communities. Ang problema lang, ito, pag kapwa Pilipino, ang lalakas ng mga loob. Pero pag palabanin mo na ng ibang lahi, parang natatakot eh. Nawawala yung lakas ng loob. Oo.
Yeah.
Hindi naman confidence, kasi alam ko naman ang Pinoy, very confident. It's just a matter of convincing them to actually take the plunge ba, if you know what I mean. Like, just to take that opportunity. Kasi, one good example, yung si JB, yung nakita kami the other Friday, ang ganda ng conversation talaga namin about his current circumstances and stuff, and then yung kanyang dreams. No, he acknowledges that he's Filipino, even though he grew up as a Kiwi. Makikita mo talaga. And then same thing din, ang may konting bias nga kay Yani, on the other hand, mas pa siya mas gugustuhin pa niyang maging Kiwi kaysa Pilipino. Yeah. But not in that extent context, if you know what I mean. Andyan pa rin, na-preserve pa rin yung Filipino, niya. Ang isa sa mga gusto kasi ni Yani din is, talagang palitan yung mindset. Ang frustration lang naman kasi nung bata, matitigas ang ulo ng mga matatanda.
As in yung parents niya?
Hindi, not necessarily us. Pero sometimes when we have discussions and stuff, talagang ipo-point out niya. Kaya nga, individualism yung kultura ng Kiwi. So, they know, because they grew up in that environment. Talagang sasabihan kanya, but that's not disrespect. Pero kung gagawin niya yun sa ibang kaidaran ko, tingnan natin kung hindi magalit. Kung magsalita si Ani, diretsahan eh. Pero it's not disrespecting. She's just pointing something out. Pero makita mo kasi, pag nagsalita siya ng gano'n, nagbitaw siya ng salita ngayon, grabe ang mga sagot ng mga matatanda. Uy, sama ng ugali, gano'n.
She's so assertive. Yeah, but assertive kasi si Yani, and she knows what her mind, and she can deliver it well. Sa Pinoy, lalo na pag matanda yung kausap mo, nagugulat kapag assertive yung bata.
Nagre-react ka agad ng mga Pinoy. Tapos minsan to the extent pa na sasabihan na disrespectful ka. So yun, doon naiinis ang bata. So I'm not saying that Yani hates Filipino values and stuff. She preserves those. She tries to preserve those, but she would assimilate both cultures. Yung iba, lalo na yung mga younger generation is quite difficult. One of our conversations, just going back to JB, kung meron lang daw magturo ng Pilipino, papa-enroll niya yung mga anak niya eh.
Yeah, that's really because
you mean Filipino Tagalog language?
Tagalog.
Filipino language ba? Kung may magturo lang ng Pilipino, papa-enroll daw niya.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, merong nagtuturo sa Wellington, JB. Sabi ko gano'n. Meron. So sabi ko, sige, tingnan natin kung...
Anita Mansell?
No.
Yung grupo niya?
Hindi, Si Anita nga, di ba, pag nakausap mo, English talaga eh.
O kasi ano siya eh,
Kul-
Bisaya siya or...
Hindi, cultural dancing kasi yung focus niya. It's not about the language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mahirap maghanap ng Filipino teacher kasi lahat spoken in dollars.
Alam mo yung I think naka-encourage din sa kanila na i-embrace yung Filipino heritage nila. Nung umuwi si JB sa Philippines, kasama niya si Sally, na-appreciate ng mga bata yung is beautiful place. So, there's something that they can be proud of as
Yeah.
Filipinos. Yeah.
Yeah, marilit ko dyan kay Rosana. Yes, she is proud that she has Filipino blood. But the bad thing is that she's not following the all. Hindi niya na adapt yung culture natin. Pero she's proud to tell people na I'm a half Filipina, ganon. Lalo na si Ken. Si Tom.
Hindi.
So,
Ang advantage kasi niyan sa mga bata, the newer generation, kasi sila very accepting na sila
yeah.
that they are may lineage talaga ba, may lineage ng it's not about the bloodline anymore. It's about the values that the particular culture, so Kiwi culture, Filipino culture in particular, so they adapted to the Filipino values. At the same time, they also adapted the Kiwi values. Tapos incorporate mo yung what is really good in both. Yun yung advantage nila eh. Kaya nga sabi ko nga, use that advantage.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, when you're looking for work, you're looking for kasi pag sabihin natin, mga masipag, matyaga, resilient, Pinoy yan. Half Pinoy ako eh. Meron yan sa akin. Yun yung advantage. And then when you talk about mautak o madiskarte, number 8 wire, Kiwi ako dyan. Ganun din yun eh. So, I think,
Take the best of both worlds.
that's what the children are supposed to do.
Exactly.
Ang problema lang, nagiging barrier lang kasi dinidikta ng mga parents. So, Kiwi parents would dictate or lalo na pag mixed marriages, doon ang very challenging. Kasi, pero, as a child of a mixed marriage, advantage ngayon eh. Kasi, lalo na pag ibang lahi pa, hindi pa Kiwi. So, sabihin na lang natin European.
Kami Dutch Filipino.
May Dutch Filipino Kiwi, tatlo yun. So, advantage masyado yun.
Oo.
Pambira, daming values na pwede mong gamitin talaga to your advantage eh.
Yeah.
Di ba tulad ni yung anak nyo, pwedeng makakuha ng passport ng Dutch.
Dutch.
Ganon din sila Kin, British.
Talaga?
Oo, kasi si Peter, kasi yung parents niya British man.
British man yan,
So,
citizen.
yeah.
Migrant din.
Kasi si
Pwede
Dominic
rin.
ngayon, he still has a Dutch passport.
Okay.
Kaya lang nakalimutan niya na dahil Dutch siya, hindi siya basta-basta pumunta ng Australia. Naku, nahirapan kami noon kay Dominic. Kasi umalis hindi niya alam, nung nandun na siya sa airport, hindi pala siya makakalabas dahil he's on a Dutch passport.
Ay, hirap pa.
Matagal na yun.
This was like, I think
Lately lang yun
Last year, lately lang. But
So,
anyway,
hindi niya ginamit ang Kiwi passport niya?
Hindi kasi siya kumuha ng Kiwi passport.
So, ginamit niya yung Dutch passport niya. Wala namang agreement ng Dutch at saka Australia.
Kaya he promised himself the next thing he's going to do is to get a New Zealand passport.
Hindi, ang kagandahan kasi like in which case, so kasi ang New Zealand adopts multi-passports. So multiple citizenship. I think the Dutch government also allow multiple. Hindi, ilan lang.
Isa lang
talaga.
So, yun.
Kaya
Pero meron, I mean, he can still travel on his Dutch passport as long as may stamp siya ng New Zealand endorsement. He's born in New Zealand and so he can travel anywhere.
I see.
So basically Dutch siya, hindi siya Kiwi. So as per passport, as per passport, as per citizenship kumbaga.
But by birth, Kiwi siya.
Kasi ang mga bata, ang mga anak ko, talagang dual sila. Pero sabi nila, there's no point of us, lalo na yung bunso, there's no point of us getting our Filipino citizenship anyway because we don't live there.
Yeah.
Tapos kung uuwi, buwan-buwan lang ng Kiwi passport should be enough. So, parang ganun yun.
Lalo na yung bunso, isa. Talaga.
Sabi ko hindi kasi kung gusto niyo mag-invest, sabi ko doon bumili kayo mura mga bahay doon.
Tama.
Ganun.
Yeah.
Tapos paupahan niyo lang kahit $50 lang yung pagdating dito.
Laki na.
Malaki
Pero
na.
kung tuloy-tuloy naman, wala kang problema.
Oh.
Sabi sa kanya, paano sino magme-maintain doon? Hindi, ano mo lang, i-charge mo lang sa insurance mo. Pag nasira, sira. Claim mo lang, sabi ko. Sabi niya, sige, pag-isipan namin. Yung mga ganun yung pinag-uusapan namin. Ako, I always
That's
talk about
good.
investments. And
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be all for me about
Nay.
before.
Yung tawag pala.
Yeah, okay, tawagan muna natin yung unang
Second natin
second
na
na
special guest.
special guest.
Or yun. Okay, so dito na naman so number 2 na random natin na tatawagan para sa bugtong ng linggo o riddle of the week. So subukan natin.
Tawag ako. Sige yan.
Sige. Ewan ko kung sasagot.
Ewan ko. Morning naman yung lagi.
So, sino yung option natin kung hindi sasagot?
Sige.
Hi there, Michelle here.
Wala.
Sorry, I can't answer your call right now. but
That's
I'll leave a
okay.
message And I'll try and call you back as soon as I can. Thank you.
When you've finished recording, press hash for more options or just hang up.
Hello, sayang, na-miss ka namin. You're live in Fiesta Huerarapa Pinoy Radio. Sige, ulitin lang namin. Next shows namin, tatawagan ka namin ulit. Bye for now. Yeah. So,
Wala. Okay.
Try another one. Tawagan mo si chat. I know she's busy. Yeah. But it's a diversion for her.
hindi pa maano pa yun. Sino sa list mo?
Si Giselle.
Si Giselle. Subukan natin si Giselle.
Si Giselle.
Si Diana.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sa'yo na lang si Diana natin.
Wait lang, wait lang po. Hello po?
Hello, Giselle!
Yes po.
Si Kuya Ryan mo, how are you?
Mabuti po kayo po.
Okay, we're really good. We're actually live on Fiesta Huerarapa Pinoy Radio. Andito si Kini at si Ate Kini at saka si Ate Rica mo. So, ikaw yung napili namin na humula ng Riddle of the Week.
Oh no.
Oh no! Sige, ang gawin natin, ibibigay ko yung riddle, hulaan mo lang. Okay? May katabi ka ba dyan? Baka may, para may coach ka.
My lifeline.
May lifeline.
Wala po, mga anak.
Ay, okay. So ito yung riddle. So, ako ay may lieg pero walang ulo. May mga bisig pero walang kamay. Ako'y dinaramtam sa init at ginaw. Ngunit di ako tao o hayop sa kalawakan. In English, I have a neck but no head. I have arms but no hands. I am dressed in heat and cold, yet I am not human or beast.
Ano ba yung sun?
Ha?
Ano ba yung sun o araw? I don't know. Hindi ko naman.
Ako ay may lieg pero walang ulo. So may neck siya. May mga arms o bisig pero walang mga kamay or hands. I'm dinaramtam or I'm being dressed in heat and cold. I am not human nor beast.
I don't know.
You don't know. So give up o ano na lang? Okay. That's okay. Wala problema yan. Baka may ano ka. So thanks for participating. Kung may personal shoutout ka, pwede mo na sabihin ngayon.
Hi kay Krista na nasa work pa.
Okay. Sino pa? Yun lang?
Mga taga-church po. Real Master po.
Very good. Okay. Alright.
And hello po sa inyong lahat. Sa Kini, Ate Rica, Kuya.
Alright.
Thank you, Giselle.
Okay. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you for participating. Okay. Bye for now.
Yes po, thank you po. Bye.
Bye.
Walang nakasagot.
Wala pa rin yung nakasagot.
Mahirap.
Okay. Ikaw, baka may personal shoutout ka bago
Yes.
natin lipat kay
Yes. I have a personal shoutout. Personal shoutout ako sa kay Ken, kay Rosana. So, mga anak, be good. And kay Tam, of course. So, si Nicole at Caris. Love you all. Yan lang po. Back to you, Ate Kin.
Okay, maraming salamat.